Hey guys, Kev here, and first I just want to say sorry. I posted a video earlier today with some Olight products, and I didn't realize that a couple of them were new versions or something. So I double checked my list after I posted it, and I realized I screwed up, so I took the video down. I gotta wait until they have their release or whatever. So sorry about that if you were in the middle of watching it or you saw it and then it was gone. That's why. So I'll post it again in a few days or a week or whatever. In the meantime, I figured I'd show you this. This came in from Blade HQ by way of Josh Worth, who is a channel member and the moderator for my live streams, or he's the managing moderator, whatever you want to call it. And he's a friend. And anyway, I proxy for him. He lives in Australia. And he occasionally gets some stuff from Blade HQ, and it comes my way first. So I get to check it out. So we have a Liong Ma here. I haven't checked out anything from Liong in a while. This is the, what is it called? The 18? The Model 18, I think it's called. M18 Marble Carbon Furbin. There's some stuff on the blade. Let's just make sure that's not rust. Does have what I think Liong calls a frost finish. I'm pretty sure it's just a bead blast, but it could be like a sand wash and then blast or something. Blast, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Riot build, and this is actually an integral. So this is a solid chunk of titanium here. And you have this milled clip with the ceramic ball. That's kind of his trademark clip. They work pretty good. They do kind of have to pop over the seam, but then they work pretty well. You have a steel insert that's mounted from the outside here, again, because it's an integral. You have the pivot system where you'll see this little notch right here. So there's actually a piece that once you take this screw out, you can kind of pull that piece out. And that's how, I'm pretty sure that's how the bearings and washers go in. And it makes it a lot easier to assemble, where in the past, the way you would see integrals assembled is you would have to like pinch the bearings around the blade and kind of shove it into the handle. And that makes a lot of things harder. It makes having a stop pin in a good position a little tougher. It just makes things a little bit more difficult. So a lot of people nowadays are doing this little notched pivot collar sort of thing. And it helps you with disassembly. I'm not going to disassemble this because it's not mine. We do have a nice little lanyard slot here. It's kind of a nice way to do it, especially on an integral. You have that titanium there. We are dead nuts down the center on that. The marbled carbon furbin looks really good. I mean, I really like how he did it. I like the way the inlay is sculpted with the handle. I like how it kind of goes into the handle and then turns into tie. The transitions are, yeah, it's Riot. They're really good. There's actually an orange peel finish here on the titanium, which is cool. It's also on the clip, but it's like a really light orange peel. So I kind of dig that. We have a flipper. Looks like we have a flipper only design on this one. And this is kind of, if I remember correctly, this is this Liong's nod to Terzula? I think that's what it is. Not positive on that, but I'm pretty sure the L1 and L18 were kind of homages to Bob Terzula. Or he helped him or something. I can't remember the story, but I do recall something like that. Now, one of the things that stands out to me on this right away, actually, is the plunge grind. And I know a lot of people might take issue with it. We'll see. You guys let me know what you think. But this is probably a $600 knife. And you can see the plunge here, and it travels all the way down. It's right right about here where the plunge ends, and you can see the edge termination is shortly thereafter. So you're gonna have this portion of edge that is just not even sharp. And I assume that you're gonna get a smile basically immediately. Now, the stop pin is up here. So is it internal? It's kind of internal, right? It goes around the blade. So I think you're good if you wanted to cut one in, but it's just something to note, because I know you guys are particular about that. Some of you are. I'm not really. It doesn't bother me because I don't really sharpen knives. But I guess if I did, that would bug me a little bit, because you can almost see a little bit of that smile already on there. So the detent on this thing is freaking amazing. It sounds like a firearm, really. It sounds like a pew-pew when you're deploying it. It's a big knife. So you have jimping right here. I do wish you would have added a little bit of top too, right? Because I think, you know, you kind of tend to want to grab up here and drag down. Now, it's not like you can't, right? You get a good grip, but it'd be cool if there was some jimping there. But if you grab it right on the jimping, you can get a really nice purchase and drag that puppy out. It's almost a push button. It's interesting. It's like if I push button it, right? It feels like a light switch because that flipper is moving down, but I am essentially doing a push button motion. And then a light switch is more like that, right? So push button is where, you know, essentially it's like you're pushing a button, and a light switch is where you're pulling it down like a light switch. You can see the action is really good right out of the box here. This is, whew, I mean, it's very, very good. I'm going to pull this up on Blade HQ. I can't stop, like, wanting to fire this thing. Listen to that. I mean, that's me giving it some gas. It is an absolute monster. Now, let's just try to see if I can just break the detent. Yeah, perfect detent. What did I say this was called? M18. Liong. Let's see what happens. Nothing came up, so let's try Liong Ma 18. There it is. Okay, so it's the model 18. And integral frame lock. Yes, they are out of stock, but this was $670 right here. And then they have, why am I not showing you? Carbon fiber one is $670, and then the full tie one is $600. That's pricey. I mean, I'll put a link down below to Liong stuff on Blade HQ. If there's anything in stock, you guys can use my links. Does help the channel. Let's see if Liong has anything. Is it just liongma.com? Whew. Let's see. Collection 18. Okay, I get it. Cookies, cool. So he does have, does he have this in stock? I don't know if any of you guys are looking to pick this up. It is in stock at Liong Ma's website. So I think you're going to pay shipping on top of that. But, you know, if you're spending $700, I don't think you care. So there you go. That's a quick unboxing. Yeah, it's really comfortable in the hand. Large glove size hand. You do have a choil, which is nice. Okay, so that's partially why he didn't add a sharpening choil here, because it allows you to choke up on the blade a little better. So, man, you know, I'm not the sharpening choil expert. You guys know we're not perfect with sharpening choils either when it comes to Divo knives. I do think if we made a $700 knife, that's something you just have to, you know, get right. But I mean, just to, you know, we have this knife, it's $175, and we actually had them pull the plunge grind back to make it better. But I think what we need to do is also add a sharpening choil here. But again, kind of the same reasoning here. We wanted to allow you to choke up into that choil, and we already made it a little smaller by pulling the plunge back. So if you add that choil, you basically limit yourself to this much choil, which kind of kills the ergo. So, you know, it is a trade-off, but I just want to, you know, be transparent there that I am calling it out, but I can also call myself out on it. Yeah, this thing's really nice, man. I don't know what else to say. I don't think it should cost $700, right? I haven't priced out an integral, so I can't tell you what they should cost, but we've seen them from Riot, the Jack 2.0s and whatnot. Those were $450, I think. So imagine they charge that, which is kind of how it goes with OEM stuff a lot of times. If you see them release a knife for a certain price in certain materials and whatnot, that's kind of what they're going to charge somebody to make that knife. It's usually a little less, but that can give you a ballpark figure, right? So let's say they charged $450 to make this knife, right? You know, $700. You know, if you do the math and you actually add like a 40% margin to that, you probably come out around $700. I wouldn't do it that way. I would just be like, okay, give me $100 profit or something and charge $550 or something. But you know, it is what it is. I can see how the price got to where it did. But anyway, the knife itself is really, really nice, and it's got an excellent detent. It's got a really nice blade shape. It's got S90V steel. It's got a nice clip. It's comfortable in the hand. It's a integral, so very cool. So shout out to Josh. Thanks for letting me check it out, dude. We'll talk about how it gets to you. And let me know what you guys think on this one. I love you. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll catch you later. Peace.